those screws. Sure.
Okay, so we are currently live. Let's make sure. Okay, we're on the right frequency.
Camera facing me or you?
You at the moment. Hold on, I'm gonna swap around. Guys, everyone, that's Sam. I'm gonna switch it over around for a second here. It's me, Andrew Esquivel, and what we're doing here on this live stream is something I like to call polishing a turd.
Which has a name.
Yes, there is a real name for that sort of thing. But what I mean by that is we are taking super old computers, ones that have just been put by the wayside to just kind of disintegrate and just die. Things that should have just been gone a long time ago. And for no reason other than just for the heck of it, we are going to play Dr. Frankenstein and see if we can put one together out of all these mishmashed parts and try and get something to run on it. So this is going to be a particularly long live stream because we have to test pretty much everything. So if you want to join us for this, please stick with us. Feel free to comment, do whatever you want. But polishing a turd takes a long time because old hardware is particularly annoying to work with compared to what we have nowadays. So I'm going to swap the camera back around so we get a better view of what we're doing here and show you what we're working with at the moment. So swapping the camera. So we've got, let's see, bring it on over a little more. Actually, you know what? Let's try and get a better view over here where the lighting situation's a little better. All this doing live is kind of trial and error at the moment. Oh my gosh!
Why are you feeling so right,
man? You try doing this stuff on the first try and see if you get it right.
By the way, our third party is Mike.
Yes.
So currently, we've got a nice Pentium 2. It's got a heatsink with a fan, so, you know, that's nifty. And currently, I believe...
That's not even DDR RAM. That's not double data rate. It can't be. There's just no way.
No, it's SD. PC 100 SD is 64 megs. So we have a whole 128
megabytes of RAM. And I want to show this to all the new generation PC guys out there. Let me show you what we had to deal with when we were younger and building computers. You notice there's not a CPU that you put in the socket on a board. The CPU itself is comparable in many ways to a graphics card, the way you put it in. There's a slot on the motherboard. Here's a spare one. That's what, a Pentium 2 processor.
They're both Pentium 2. I'm guessing they're different models or something, seeing as how this is simply a thicker heatsink. I mean, look at that beast.
I mean, maybe one's frequency is a little higher.
Yeah,
or not.
I couldn't even.
One might just be passive. But yes, CPUs back in the day were put into a slot, just like a graphics card is. Not
a quick note for the audience: I would remove this one to showcase it, but they are a bitch to get in and out.
Yeah.
For my future reference, what's cursing like on your channel?
You know, I mean, if it's necessary, then you know. But we'll try and keep it as family friendly as possible. That way, the adpocalypse doesn't, you know, totally get scared from us. So.
I have a desktop. Can? Yeah. There's some dust in it. Didn't notice.
Oh, no, man. All we got is an air mattress pump.
Where is it?
The air mattress pump, it's in my room on the right side of my desk if you want to go grab it. See, this is how ghetto this is going to be put together. We don't even have canned air. We just have an air mattress pump, which, you know, with technology this old might legitimately be a problem with electrostatic discharge.
Yeah.
Man, if you can't get around, go around the other way.
There's also one other thing to point out that a lot of our younger audience may not be aware of. our lovely slots over here.
Ah, yes. See, that's not a PCI Express slot. In fact, there's no PCI Express anything on this board. What we have is this brown slot right here is what we called the Advanced Graphics Port, or AGP. This was pre-PCI Express. These are your standard PCI lanes, not PCI Express, PCI. And these, for those of us who may be a little older,
more ancient than others.
Yeah, these are ISA slots. Look how big an ISA slot is compared to a PCI slot.
And fun fact, these have a fixed frequency that, like, if you fiddle with it, it can mess with whether or not the hardware that you have slid in there will actually work or not. So, if you had a graphics card in there, you could theoretically overclock the graphics card simply by overclocking the slot as a whole.
See that? I didn't know. I've never actually used ISA hardware, but
Once.
this is what we're going to use to to remove dust. Like I said, this is an air mattress pump and with a tight funnel kind of cone shape on it. And this just blows air really well. We don't have to buy canned air. But this may legitimately screw everything up because, well, like I said, electrostatic discharge, you know, yada yada. But, okay, so we got the motherboard. Let's put that aside for a minute because none of any of this is going to turn on unless we make sure the power supplies themselves work.
Now, this is the first one we grabbed to take a look at. And we thought a little bit slowly here. I'm going to read off the stats real quick. Input 120 volts, pretty standard. Roughly 3 amp pole. Okay. Output 5 volt, 10 amps. 3.3 volts, 6 amps. 12 volt, 1.5 amps. Negative 12 volt is 0.2 amps. And the 5 volt VSB, can't speak, is 0.72 amps. Now, for those of us really good at math and electronics and such, I'm going to help you out and tell you the max output on this little thing is a whole 90 watts. Yes, 90, 2 digits.
You want to show them the sticker? I have to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, definitely what zoom and stuff's capable of.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Let's try zooming in. There we go. We got a little bit here going on.
Here, go ahead, take it. That way you can.
No, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. Okay, so
we'll make a couple quick points. It's got your standard 20-pin connection. We're not sure what this little 2-pin one is.
well, I mean, it's a 3-prong with 2 pins, so which indicates it's power only, I think. But
it doesn't seem to be the switch, so who knows?
No, I mean, it looks like the same connections of a 3-pin for your fans, but maybe that's just how this power supply was because they didn't want people using the accessories.
Special too, because I mean, look at that fan sticking out. What's with that? Like,
I mean,
this is not
the fan.
ATX.
The fan looked like it was an afterthought. They thought, you know what? Maybe we got to cool this down.
On top of that, the only mounting points seem to be this little flag piece of metal, and there's 3 holes back here. So, like I said, totally not ATX. We don't know what.
I mean, this is so that means if it's not ATX, I mean, there's other form factors out there, but that doesn't mean this isn't proprietary.
Yeah.
And we got, let's see, 3 Molex connections, 1 4-pin connection for floppies. God, I totally spaced on that. It's been so long since we dealt with a floppy that.
Now, we've already tested it. It's a little low on the 12-volt lines, so we've got one other here that's a little beefier. And so we're going to test that real quick.
There's also one more.
Yeah, that's not a total one. Unless you...
Yeah, we're gonna stick with these. We have a backup just in case none of these work, but we're gonna try and keep it as original to the manufacturer date of these things as possible.
So like I said, 20-pin on this new one, and then this one has 4-hole Molex and 2 floppy pins.
Oh, dual floppy drives coming at you. Oh, snap.
Fun fact, A and B, drive A and B for Windows is still technically reserved for floppies.
This is
even in Windows 10.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, you can order Windows 10 in floppy drives still, if you contact Microsoft about it.
That is hysterical.
They will send you a giant box, like floppy disk 1 of something or other. It's a huge box, and you can still install via floppy if that floats your boat. But I don't know what kind of boat floats in that kind of waters.
Right. There's one other thing that's not so common on more modern power supplies. As you can see, this has your standard power connector.
Yeah, it's got power in, power out.
Yeah, it also has a power out. A big part of that is, at that time, like when these were originally coming out, most places didn't really have the power outlets to support, we didn't have these power strips with 8 plugs in them, or a house power with 2 ports. A lot of them only had 1. So they made these as a pass-through. And you'd literally get like a 3-foot cord, tops, that plugged into here, and then the other end would plug into one of these on your monitor, which, yes, back then would be CRTs. So.
Yeah, that's true. I remember CRTs using the big 3-prong, just like on the PSUs.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
And for stats on this one, you've got 14 amps of your 3.3 volts, 15 amps on your positive 5, 0.3 on your negative 5, 5.5 amps on your positive 12.
It's a lot more amps on a 12-volt rail, which a lot of people look at the 12-volt rail and think, okay, if there's not enough amps on the 12-volt rail, because that's still the same volt rail that powers graphics cards nowadays. But we don't even have a GPU to put in this turd, do we? We do?
Yeah, we have an APG.
An AGP card.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Does it require power?
I don't think so.
Because if it requires external power, then I imagine having more power on the 12-volt line is going to be.
No, it does not.
Okay, cool. So, all right, it's NVIDIA. Doesn't even have a heat sink on it. Jeez, what are we?
Didn't need it.
Man, I haven't used an AGP card in ages.
Okay, I was saying negative 12 volts has half of an amp on it, and there's 0.8 amps on the 5-volt SB. I'm not sure what VSB stands for. Volts, I'm assuming, is the V, but beyond that, I don't know. Another quick note. Some people might notice that there's a fair amount of amperage on the 5-volt line. That's because the CPUs draw from the 5-volt line on these.
Oh,
and
do they?
A lot of power.
Yeah, that's right, because once again, these CPUs slide in kind of like a graphics card. So, okay, well, first off, before we even plug anything, we gotta check, make sure the power supplies are indeed functional. So, what we have is a digital power supply tester from Antec. Not a sponsor or nothing, but we use this to make sure everything is within the correct variances, or within reason of their intended voltage. So go ahead and plug that in. Let's see. We got power. Ooh, hold on.
You got all sorts of things.
Yeah, it's upside down, but it's still beeping. So what we got here is the 5-volt line is high. The 12-volt line is really low. We are more than a volt off on the 12-volt line. The 3.3-volt line is actually okay. But yeah, 12-volt line is low level. 5-volt line is too high. This is look. Despite the fact that this one could theoretically pump out more power, this is not a safe power supply to use. This one might actually be a problem.
Should we grab the power supply from our Pentium 4 one we're going to do later?
Well, we need a power supply that's going to work. So this one is just errors off of the board. This can't be used.
Not as a CPU, not as a computer power. Okay.
So,
mind you, we've accrued all this old tech through various means. My grandfather's a pack rat. I've always been given hand-me-downs that I generally have always felt like I had to use. Also, in olden days, a lot of people would keep the old computers and the super tech savvy would actually continue to use the old computers because the jumps in power weren't as much. So by keeping your old computer and networking it together in certain ways, you would effectively, number crunch-wise, not actual like real-world effectiveness, get anywhere from 50 to 75% boost. Because it's not like today where, a double in RAM capacity. The double in the RAM capacity nowadays, okay, 8 to 16 or, whatever. Means more, but means less, because we're still perfectly fine with 8 gigs of RAM for pretty much everything a day-to-day person will use. Back then, our jumps were megabytes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're at a point now where 8 gigs is comfortably the norm, and that seems to be fine for just about any build. Unless you're, doing something like video editing, or, not even games. Most games don't need more than a total of 8 gigs. There are some games that do require or recommend more than 8 gigs of RAM. No, Minecraft's not one of them.
No, the world's held in RAM, though.
Yeah, but it's loads in chunks, though.
Yeah, but Minecraft servers.
Wow.
And this used to be my old family computer.
Okay.
We got power.
You do have a beep.
Let's see.
12 volts a little low, 3.3 is high.
The 12-volt rail is...
This is the best one we've come across so far, though.
Yeah, well, first off, it's okay to have slight variance in the voltage and whatnot, despite the fact that the 12-volt line is 11.9. That is still the closest to 12-volt we have gotten so far. So, as far as I'm concerned, out of the 3 that we've tested, this one's probably the winner.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep.
There's one other quick couple of notes on this one, and it's got a test switch for some reason, and a test LED. I don't quite comprehend that, but whatever.
Well, we tested it a bit more thorough than whatever that thing is gonna do.
Oh, definitely.
So, is that just clipped in?
Yep.
You gotta love how manufacturers just clip everything in to pump out as many as possible.
No tool removal. I'm okay with that.
Look, if you get a new case that's designed to be toolless, that's one thing. But this,
For your reference, that green clip there and what would be the bottom for you, right here, is literally all I had to do in order to remove the power supply. And for anyone who decides to watch this longer, this is a Pentium 4 that we have that will do for a later turd build.
Yeah. And we're going to turn the light on. Yay! Better clarity. Forgot I could do that.
Good job, Andrew.
All right, so we have our chosen power supply. Now, our chosen motherboard is this right here. And we're going to...
We got a few other fancy-dancy things to make note on this motherboard. Namely, in the I/O slot.
So we got serial, we got parallel, we got mini DINs. Those aren't even mini. Are they mini DINs?
Yeah,
They're mini DINs.
Standard PS2.
So we got legacy USB, 2 legacy USB 1.0 ports, and we got just our standard mic, sound.
Anyone know what this one's for?
Man, this is getting like. This tech is getting a little old even for me.
Oh, come on.
At least it's not as bad. Like, when I was in college, right, they were working with dip switches, some of the people, and they were telling me in order to do anything, when you put stuff in there, you had dip switches. Now, the closest thing we had were master and slave drives with the IDE or EIDE section. Hey, here we go. So if you're working with...
Wait, here.
Well, hold on. All right. So if you're working with IDE-based hardware right here, you have the master, slave, and cable select that you had to specify on the cable, or it wouldn't work because a single cable can connect 2 or even 3 devices, depending on which cable and software or hardware you had set up. So this right here is an IDE cable. This blue cable, I believe, would go into the motherboard.
Actually, didn't make too much difference at the end of
It
the day.
didn't, but
It was
for
just
certain
a
reasons.
matter of convenience, usually.
Yeah, well, if you look at it, you know, the distance, the length here is much longer than right here. And normally these would hook up to, let's say, your CD drive or whatnot.
Hard drive, CD.
And those would be pretty far away from the slot on the motherboard, so having some distance made sense.
Now, there's one thing that I couldn't quite find properly, and that's for the floppy. It did not use IDE, it used ATA. Now, I wasn't able to find an actual ATA. I was able to find this one, however, that is an ATA cable, but technically has server component plugs on it. So,
Oh yeah, that one's a little bizarre.
yeah, so we'll have to see if this works. Hopefully it does.
This is all just so jerry-rigged together that it's ridiculous, but
There was something else. Oh yeah. I went ahead and did some shopping and found these lovely ancient keyboards that have a bunch of random garbage.
Right here, burn CD, DVD, eject 1, eject 2.
Yes, for people who had multiple CD drives.
Email, an email button right here. Oh my gosh. What is this? Internet?
Yeah.
Well, you actually have a button to open up Internet Explorer, apparently.
In theory, you could actually use these on modern computers, even with modern keyboards that don't have these buttons, as they were simply assigned one of the random alt configs.
Yeah. Okay,
So,
I gotcha.
They were literally macros at the end.
Yeah, that's true, and they're all on the mini-DIN connection.
Yeah, these beautiful little bad boys.
Yeah, don't count out mini-DIN yet. Mini-DIN is still pretty responsive, despite the fact that it's been phased out mostly.
No. Mini-DIN is simply built different than USB.
Well,
Now,
it just completely interrupts the process to make sure that its input is counted in whatever it's doing. That's the beauty of mini-DIN.
Whereas USB simply checks it every however many cycles.
Yeah, I mean most good hardware now is running at 1 millisecond. But that's gaming class. Average is about upwards of like 15 to 20 milliseconds. So okay, so
Actually, even the averages are getting better than that.
all right. So which is the power supply we chose? Oh, great. Do we forget which power supply?
It's that one.
This one?
Yeah, because it has the test light. Now, we do have a case for this. It's one of my old cases.
Well, before we even put it in a case, let's make sure everything powers up, because hardware is just one aspect of this whole thing. So, I mean, we're going to need the case buttons to turn it on. Which brings us to a question, how are we going to hook up the I/O panel, not knowing how everything's mapped? We're going to have to kind of guess unless it's labeled on the board.
Well, let's see here. Nope, it's labeled on the board.
Oh, is it labeled? Thank God.
All right, that saves so much. Also, something else I want to bring up. On a lot of old tech, I don't want to use the word recycle, sorry. But they would make the same board. They still do this to a small degree, but not nearly as much. You can see here that there's a whole bunch of unused solder points, and they're all labeled. So apparently this one is capable of receiving infrared input of some sort, and even could come with a built-on speaker, reset button. Yes, the reset button on this is optional, as is the power LED and hard light LED.
So do we really just have power switch and...
We have power on, sleep, and that's the only ones actually marked.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's all we need, really.
Okay, well, let's set the motherboard down right here.
Also, for some reason, they marked off the space for the tabs, which I think is kind of cute.
Oh, well, I mean, that's clearance. I mean, well, look at this. This is before dual channel was a thing.
You did mention.
So there's 3 slots for RAM instead of just 2 or 4. So if we bring this down, hold on. There's only 3 slots for RAM. So first off, this is not double data rate, and nor is it dual channel. It's just single channel, single data rate. And that's what we have to work with. So you go ahead and answer your phone call. Let me set up this right here. And let's get a better shot of what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's kind of angle this out a little better.
What's it? Here, let me know when you're upstairs. Okay. I may have to step off for a second.
That's fine. All right, so now that we got our angle, this is what we're going to keep it at. So we need to, I guess, first, since we're not putting it in a case yet.
You need a box.
No, we don't need a box. Smooth.
Yeah, whatever. It's my case.
So the RAM's already in there. Let's put our graphics card in place. Haha.
Let's
It
give it a
begins.
little boost here because you're not quite right.
I don't think this material is conductive on here.
Oh, no. Boost for this.
Oh, gotcha. That's right. Okay. So there's a little pin that sticks down here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard for any slot card. Really.
Alright. So we got that. IDE cable for the hard drive. Do we have a hard drive?
Yes. Hopefully they were. I'm not recognized. But yes, we have a couple hard drives.
Yeah, we got a couple hard drives. Okay, so let's see.
The reason for our audience's sake that I say hopefully they work is this would have come probably with Windows 95 and Windows 98, to my reference, has special drivers and information for anything over 5 gigabytes. Yes, you heard right. 5 gigabytes.
So let's see.
This is 160 and 300. They are the smallest I could find at the moment.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set the 160 to be the slave.
I'd say master because it's more likely to show up.
Okay, then we'll have him. This is master. And do we have any indications here on the drive?
They're on the paperwork. What's it? You got
We're live, Mike. Jeez. Okay, so on the paperwork here, on the sticker, you can see the configurations that relate to master, cable select, and slave. So we want the one all the way to the left. So looking at the diagram from here, and these things are always fun to remove.
Yeah. That got buttons or something on it.
You know what? I have my tweezers somewhere.
No.
Hey Mike, where'd you put my ESD tweezers?
You had them last when you were working on my computer.
Yeah. So we need tweezers.
No. You need something similar. I got it. This works.
You wanna pluck it off there for me?
There's that screwdriver we were looking for yesterday.
Okay. We got the jumper.
So
You kids that are working with SATA nowadays don't have to deal with this. Back when we were building computers when we were young.
What? This one has a limits drive capacity to 32 gigabytes. And it's jumper system, whatever.
Nice. Okay, so we got this as master. Now, this cable, specifically, the top one is the master and the middle one is the slave. So since this is set to master...
Actually, that never mattered.
Really? I was always told it mattered.
I've never had issues with it.
I have. I don't know what you were doing with.
Who knows what I was doing with.
And you set the jumper to slave on that one?
Yeah. Also, quick note, these are keyed. There's little indentation, so you literally
You gotta move it down.
Sorry. Little indentation and little indentation. So
All right,
they're
so-
literally double keyed.
Go ahead and plug that up. We're gonna stack it like it kinda would be.
A penis.
I know. What a terrible thing to do. How very untechnician-like of me. Okay, so we got 2 hard drives. We need a CD drive now and an extra IDE cable.
Well, we could have.
Why don't we just do 1 hard drive and 1 CD drive?
Yeah.
We'll set the CD drive to be master, I guess, even though that's probably the wrong way to do it. But, well, no, we'll make it. You're right. We'll make it the slave drive.
Actually, no. There's a reason to do CD as master.
Why?
So it boots first.
Okay. So
yeah, readjust this one.
we're gonna take the jumper out of this. Okay, change the plans. You know, we're just going with how we feel at the moment. Where'd you put that little screwdriver?
Yeah, give me a second. Apparently, this got found at some point.
I don't know, but you should definitely find us our tweezers. Those are actually expensive tweezers.
And you said black was master?
Top one is master.
So yeah, in this case, black.
And slave on this drive would be... I guess this one.
Cable select?
Cable select. I mean, we could do cable select, but since this has a master and a slave, this one just...
It says in the detail, it says master slave, so...
Master slave? Okay, so this one, slave and master, is the same jumper.
Weird.
So, isn't that fun? Alright, let's plug this baby back in. All of its glorious metal pins. You'll line up just right. Okay.
Let's get some of this extra stuff out of here.
Yeah, Mike is going to help us move your laptop out of the way. That sort of deal. Jerry rigging to the max.
Where are those pins? Power would be these 2. So that's power, and here's the power supply.
Okay. Well, let's not put the power supply on anything, just because, man, it's some wonky stuff. Here's the main thing right there, the 20-pin connection. Not even a 24-pin, just a regular old 20-pin. Okay, so, we're going to need power to the hard drive.
Yeah.
So we need...
Why do you think I handed those to you?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Well, okay, now I know. I was wondering when you were going to get to that.
Yeah, so we got a PS2 keyboard.
The connections on this thing is like corroded a little.
Yeah,
I mean...
might need a new CD-ROM. We have more, so it's not...
Well, yeah, I mean, CD-ROMs are easily replaceable.
Yeah, we got one right here, maybe.
One right here.
They're
Okay.
all over the place.
And a floppy drive.
Hey, Alan's in the chat.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, Alan, what's up,
What's going on,
man?
Alan?
There's also a mic here, Alan.
So...
Yeah, this one can move too.
Okay, yeah, let's move anything that's not relevant out of the way.
This isn't currently relevant. It probably will be. Actually, hey Mike, you want to pull out that floppy?
Oh, we're gonna connect the floppy, huh?
I mean, we can power it on without, but in the meantime.
Alan's like, God damn it, Mike. You did everything.
So we got both plugged in, yep, cool, and
Okay.
these should be all set.
Yeah, let's see. We got the RAM in, we got the CPU in, we got the GPU in, we got power going to the whole motherboard.
We didn't actually draw attention to it earlier, but there's no built-on land.
You mean LAN?
What?
LAN? Network?
Correct.
You said land, L-A-N-D.
I do that all the time. Yeah, so we got this output chance, so we might as well plug it in
So,
at this point.
alright. Well, we got a floppy drive, guys. This build wouldn't be complete without it, I guess.
Yep. For people's reference, those were required at one point, as they were the only thing the BIOS would actually read.
Yeah, that's true. I remember if you wanted to install, like, SATA, you had to install RAID drivers while you were installing Windows at some point. Damn it, Mike. We are live. Get you and your smelly self out of here. Okay. So we will put this over here, and we need to put power to it.
Yes,
Well, that means we got to use the. Actually, we got to put it over here then.
I'll have to feed it through on the other side, and it will go through nicely.
Man, this is all just like shoved together in such a discombobulated manner.
Okay, so motherboard, hard drive, floppy drive, CD drive, power supply, keyboard. That's all we need to turn it on, right?
I believe so. I mean, the I/O panel's hooked up, right?
I okay? Yeah, it's got the power supply. So
Okay, so I guess at this point we can try. I mean, do we have power? We have a power cable to the power supply? No, we
Not
do
yet.
not.
I didn't
Okay.
want power. What that power? This one?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So now comes our maiden voyage.
Turned on automatically. Seems.
We have power. Hey, look, the CPU fan is spinning. You know what would have been nice? If we hooked a monitor up to see if it posted. We totally forgot that.
We don't need to see anything. It powers up. That's all we need. This is a
Mike.
standard- Yeah, there you go. So there's this.
VGA. Good old VGA, that high def display.
I feel really uncomfortable doing this without case and power.
Yeah. I mean, I'm surprised anything is turning on at all, to be quick. I mean, I didn't even check to see if the hard drive is spinning. Normally I have that little device that is like a stethoscope.
Oh yeah, the machines thing.
You know, the machine stethoscope. It's a,
Oh.
Good job. You try to plug it in backwards. We're professionals. Don't worry. We're from the internet.
I have that as a profile picture actually. And then I need one more power cord to plug into the monitor.
And you're using this Dell monitor?
I will
Okay.
bring it over shortly.
Oh, God. Dude, it's a Dell.
It's Dell compact and
If we throw this in the lake, are we going to get copyright strikes from Adele so it's rolling in the deep?
Hey, just remember,
Okay.
focus in Adele.
A focus and Adele. A focus and... I forgot that was a real thing. Okay, now the question, does she post?
and
Probably not, and for probably very good reasons. Okay, so we figured this would be a problem, which means now we have to diagnose what the problem is. We've got the CPU fan spinning.
hard drive spinning.
Hard drive is spinning. Floppy drive. Hey, floppy drive has power.
As does the CD-ROM.
CD-ROM's got power. Okay, so we know the power supply is working.
I guess
So the motherboard is not posting, or the graphics card is not posting. The CPU, if something was wrong with the CPU, it generally, well, this is old, it might not have the safety things to just not shut off. Do we have onboard VGA?
Nope.
No onboard VGA. Okay, so we are relying on a graphics card at this point.
And if that's the problem, then we're totally screwed. And
Yeah, we're a bit up a creek if we can't find another AGP card lying around.
I'm pretty sure we don't.
Okay, well, let's see.
This
Yeah.
card doesn't have it.
No built-in. Okay, so
One here. Oh, we might have one here. Let me take a look.
Ooh.
Yep, we got one here.
we got a replacement VGA or AGP graphics card. Wow, that's odd that we have this much junk. I mean, let's face it, all this really is junk, but you know, this is coming from multiple systems from what, over 10, 15 years ago at least?
I don't know.
I mean,
20
okay.
years.
Hey, this one's got a heatsink.
Yeah, ho.
Ho.
Man, wait, is that what I think is?
Is that onboard memory?
I think so.
Good
Is
gosh.
that from?
It's NVIDIA, and yes, it's from Yotod.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if it doesn't post with this, then we gotta find some other reasons why this wouldn't be working.
Now, something else. Yes, these have locking tabs. Not all of them did for whatever particular reason.
Well, you know how cheap the motherboards were back in the day.
Yep. Also, S-Video.
Oh yeah, oh snap, we got S-Video out. Dude, when's the last time anyone has used S-Video? It's not plugged in all the way. I don't think. It's not fitted. There we go. Yeah.
Actually, S-Video is used a lot overseas.
Really?
Yes. So, not necessarily for video out like that, but actually, no, yeah, for video out, because it's used on camcorders to connect to the TV.
Okay, let's see. Will she post? She posts! Holy cow!
It's alive!
Well, I mean, we have signal to the monitor.
Yeah, it posted. It showed a lock.
It posted for a second a lot. That might mean the hard drive. Well, no, it would show something with the motherboard. Generally, like the BIOS information, yada yada. Maybe we need to clear the BIOS.
Maybe. I wonder if
Is there a BIOS jumper?
it is. Right here.
There's a BIOS. There's a jumper for the BIOS. Okay.
iOS config.
Okay, hold on. We got to turn it off. Okay, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. That blue jumper right there is what we need to move. It goes from one spot to another, and it clears the CMOS. Or yes, CMOS.
I'm guessing that's
clears the BIOS.
what we need.
No, you gotta switch the jumper, then turn it on, and then
Turn it on first?
yeah, that's how it sends the signal to clear, and it shouldn't actually boot up anything.
I wonder if it was defaultly in the off position. Like if it's someone.
It
left
was
That's great. That's great. They had it in the
Packard
CMOS.
Dell. They had, wow. Okay, so well, maybe it was in the off position. Or are we sure it is?
No.
I mean, we can move it back and see really quick, just for the sake of knowing.
Yeah, because I mean we know something. We know most of it works here.
Yeah, that's really peculiar. All right, move the jumper back. Gonna boot up.
Attempt to.
See if Packard Bell. Okay, so we got to this point.
Might need a second. I mean, it is old tech. So
Yeah, I mean,
didn't
this might be one of those post screens that doesn't even show what button to press to
I
get
hate
into the
those.
BIOS. Just start pressing all the F keys.
yeah, and a quick note for viewers. Clearly recognizes clicks. Nowadays, it's pretty standard for what button you press. Didn't used to be. And actually, even today, there's no actual standards.
Hey, we got post information. Hold on, let's zoom in on this.
300 megabits.
300 megahertz RAM. Hold on.
No.
We got a Pentium 2 processor at 300 megahertz, 128 megabytes of system RAM, keyboard detected, system configuration, data updated, event log messenger, enter setup to view error, check time and setting. Okay, so F2 to setup.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's not a good sign.
No, that's really not. Okay,
there we
hold
go.
on. It's taking its time to figure. Okay, hey, we're in.
Yeah, okay.
We're in.
It just needed to refresh.
Okay, all right. Let's see. What exactly? Let's make sure everything is properly slave and master. So let's go to advanced really quick.
No, it'd be under boot.
Okay, yeah, boot in this case. Yeah.
First device. Removable devices.
CD-ROM, third device, hard
It
drive.
recognizes that it's hard drive.
Okay, so it recognizes both of it. Okay.
Let's see.
So at this point, we literally need a burned ISO of.
Add-in card. What? Okay.
Okay, we need a burned ISO of.
98?
No, let's go with something like damn small Linux.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Windows
speaking of-
98, yeah, it would work on this, but holy cow, getting it to do anything, dude, there's no way it's gonna boot off of the legacy.
I am.
It's gotta be a CD.
Yeah.
We can't boot from flash drive on this. There's
We
just
have
no
a
way.
USB. We have a floppy.
That is DVD.
We have a floppy. Well, drive. We have a floppy drive, and it's got power.
I've got floppies in places, but
So holy cow, the turd works. How many different computers is this comprised of now? This is like 3 or 4 different computers from over 15 years ago.
now one of the things they complained about was system time. So
Oh, that's right.
I think that.
Look at this. Hold on, I'm going to zoom in on that. The system time. The last time this thing thinks it's in 1990.
What time is it?
Shoot.
What time is it now? 9:27.
9:27. So this thing.
7/9/17.
Thank you for the military time, because that's what this uses.
I'm not using.
You said 17.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. It's.
Oh, I meant the date.
So, but either way, it thought we were in the 1990s. So that's 10, 20. That's like 25 years.
And fun fact, they tend to default to when the year they were made.
Wow. Oh, well, if that's the case, this computer is 27 years old.
What
Well,
time
at least the
is it?
motherboard
9
is.
what?
It's 9:28.
The reason that's getting important to get the time right is because every single program depends heavily on the time being accurate. And if it's not accurate, the computer will have serious problems.
The ninth.
The 9th. Would you give us the numbers, the whole thing, please?
7/9/17.
Thank you. We ask so little of you, Mike.
I've said it multiple times.
Can you go up?
Yeah, I was seeing it. If
How
I
far
could.
go down?
Yeah, so.
This computer's going to think, wait, I was asleep for how long?
Yeah, right?
All right, and then
Just-
F10 to save and exit.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have... Wait, hold on. Go to boot priority. Make sure the priority,
Oh, yeah.
the first boot device is the CD drive in this case. You have to go to boot, the boot tab.
Yeah, no, the boot priority was based on those pins, remember?
Okay, then we want to...
Just make sure everything else is A-okay.
Come on, focus, camera. You like Ariana Grande in focus.
6 seconds pre-delay? Can I bring that down? Like,
Dude, I wish there was a way to make this thing focus properly in this YouTube app, because it's very sad that I can't. It's like autofocus on. There we go.
save config and start it back up.
Okay, so recap to everyone who's with us right now. We have a computer.
Hi,
It sounds so long.
I don't know, but okay. Look, here's the deal. This motherboard, these components, everything that you see that's connected here is ancient in terms of technology. The motherboard still thinks it's in 1990s. That's, if correct me if I'm wrong, that's 27 years ago, right?
Yes.
So 27 years ago is when this motherboard was
Incorrect
running.
type of drive A.
What was
incorrect
the
drive. That's the floppy drive then. Anywho, the GPU, we're running an AGP GPU with passive passive cooling and power. We're running an Intel Pentium 2 processor. Yeah, look, okay.
Operating system not found. We're all the way through.
Okay, let me zoom on that. Operating system not found. Okay, so we need to get an operating system onto this thing now. So here's the deal. We've mishmashed four different, I think four, right? 3 or 4 different computers together to get working
It is
hardware.
kind of hard to say because I think the RAM came from a different one. The drives are all over the place. So it's almost a computer per component. Almost.
Okay, so let's round it out to like 6 different at least then in this
Yeah,
case.
sure.
Okay, so this thing was Frankensteined out of 6 different computers that are over 15 to 20 years old at least.
Quick question.
Some of the hardware is about 27 years old.
How many of them are running?
2.
So this is once again what I call polishing a turd. Because let's face
Go
it,
ahead and kill it.
no matter how hard we work on this thing, it's still going to be a piece of poo.
I don't know. 300 megahertz, man.
I know, 300 megahertz Pentium 2, geez Louise, who would have ever
Look
thought?
at it. It's got active cooling.
I know, right? It's got a fan on it instead of... instead of this other old Pentium 2. Oh, what's this? Your Pentium 2 is passively cooled? I bet you can't even overclock it by the software once you're in the OS and blow it up, can you? Oh my goodness.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Could we get an installed version of an OS and just throw it on the drive?
Dude, no, we gotta do it all. We gotta do it all from one system.
The reason why I asked that is, do we have a CD that we can burn an OS on?
Yes, I have CDs upstairs, believe it or not.
The CDs right
Go.
There's CDs right here?
Are those CDs or DVDs?
These are DVDRs.
Yeah.
Well, is that a CD only?
Yep, CD only.
Okay, hold on. I do have CDs upstairs. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a small little intermission for just a moment, but Sam, if you want to take helm of the camera while you look for damn small Linux that we can burn.
What?
We need you to get damn small Linux so we can burn it to a CD.
This is your house.
Use my laptop. It's right there.
Does your laptop burn?
Yeah,
Okay.
laptop burns. So, I mean, like I said, this computer is comprised of...
Enter your password.
Hey, I can start downloading it.
You can start downloading? Okay, well, you know, let's...
Whoever.
Whoever. Well, why don't you help him?
You got burning ability?
Yeah. Read and write.
Okay. I don't much care.
Okay, so, well, I want you to guide him because he doesn't know what he's doing. So, I'll be right back. You guys keep doing what you're doing. We got 5 people on the live stream right now. Keep everyone entertained.
So, I don't tell jokes, but I try and be funny.
You want the latest update?
I suppose. Look at the requirements. We actually have to care about that today. Like I said, take a look at, once you hit save, take a look at the requirements. You probably have to back up a bit.
All right, we are in business. Because you know what?
Okay.
I don't just have...
Okay, that's all of it. Check out the forms of the wiki. We're checking the requirements.
Okay. Not only do I have CDRs, I've got a stack of CDRs. I got this a long time ago. Oh, geez, I forgot. That's right. It doesn't... CD minus R?
Okay.
I forgot what the difference is. I forgot about that.
It's so minute. It's like a formatting difference, and all of them support all of them at this point, so it shouldn't make a difference.
Well, look at our shiny little CDRs. We're going to put damn small Linux on it. And I'll take one from the middle stack. And we're going to put damn small Linux on this turd build. Here, take a disk. Okay. So.
I didn't know what that was.
So
Just do a Google search for it then, I guess.
the reason why we're over here is because we need to download the operating system that we're going to use. Now we're going with damn small Linux because we know the system requirements to make it run are really, really laxed. So if we weren't putting like DOS on this thing, or
Which you can still download from Microsoft.
that is true. We're not going to put DOS. We want something GUI based, but very minimalistic on the hardware requirements. So Linux, in this case, damn small Linux, you know, it's free, and that's what
Also
we're
not
going for.
advertising.
Yeah, I mean, we don't use Linux all that often, but we want a GUI-based operating system.
Actually, I'm the only one here who uses Linux on a day-to-day basis, and that's simply as a Minecraft server.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. 16 megabytes of RAM.
We
got
We got 16 megabytes of RAM. In fact, we got a lot more than that.
What kind of requirement is that? And a higher level of computer processor.
I don't. That doesn't sound like a specific in any way or shape.
That's what I'm saying. Like, give me a second here. Okay, we're good. Because the recommended specs are Pentium running 200 megahertz.
Oh, it wants just a Pentium, bro. We got a Pentium 2.
Yeah.
We got what, like 8 to 16 times as much the requirement for RAM. We got a hard drive that it probably is going to be like, why did you go big on the hard drive and nothing else? This is so ridiculous, this whole Frankensteining process. But let's not take too long to get the OS here.
It's already done downloading. It's just burning at the moment.
Oh, is it burning?
Should be shortly anyway.
Good. Because this is gonna be fun. I mean, it'd be even funnier if we had a bunch of floppy disks, and we installed it via floppy disk. But that
will be the next live stream. What are you looking for?
Looking for Windows Burner.
I don't know what he's looking for right now.
Tell him what to look for.
I saw him messing with something. I just don't know what. No.
You're making me sad, Mike.
He was about to just move the ISO onto the disk and burn it.
God, Mike, this is why you have not earned any sort of technical status in our community. Because you make me sad, and sometimes I feel like I want to.
Burning software on here.
I don't think I do.
Okay.
Windows comes with a burning software for ISOs.
Pull up the file again. It probably just didn't show up every time.
Is it an ISO file?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna take you away for a second.
All right, guys, you're going to see the confundery that is.
ISO image.
Yes, it's an ISO image.
Okay, if you
Open
more apps. Down. No. Type in Windows Burner down there. I mean, unless Windows 10 doesn't come with.
I don't know.
This is peculiar.
It doesn't come with it automatically.
Make DVDs on Windows 10?
Oh, you got to download it from the store in this case?
Yeah.
It doesn't just come. Windows 7 came with it.
Well, this is Windows 10.
I know, you would think there'd be more. ISO burner.
Windows 10, why are you standing our way?
Games, apps. No, what does TMZ have to do with ISOs? Just type in ISO. Like, dude, why?
How's Harry Potter true?
Oh my god. You need to get out of this chair and let me figure this out because you guys are...
No, I'm taking it. This is fine.
Folks,
so weird typing at this.
having your subordinates do work for you doesn't always work out.
Hey, in all fairness, his intelligence score is only an 8. I know, Chip.
You know the phrase, if you want something right, you got to do it yourself? Good example. If my phone wasn't recording right now, I would be using it to look up the ISO. Okay, we got an ISO burner. Damn small Linux.
None of this should matter, so...
Let's go for it. Good. Finally, we're writing the ISO. Thank God. That took long enough.
At least it shouldn't take long, seeing as how it's, damn small lines.
Yeah.
Let me just open the tray right now.
Yeah, funny. The only way you could do that is if you use the emergency open pin.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. When it's in use, the drive won't come out for safety reasons because it's a spinning disk.
Well, I know it will slow down, but it will stop it in process, so it would stop that.
Sometimes it may slow down and then stop and pop out, but if it doesn't, you'd have to use the emergency open. Don't
I'm
abort.
still thinking.
It's finalizing stuff. Let it be.
I told it not to finalize, though.
This has got to be the most boring part of building a turret. Is finding the operating system to put on it. I swear, the only thing, you know what's 10 times worse than this is trying to find the original ROM for smartphones that are older than like 2 years. It's like you find places that have it, but they all want you to pay for it.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
Just need to make a phone call to check in on something.
All right. So we have the disk. Now we can get back to the fun. So let's bring it back down here. Let's bring it back to turd. I think what is it? I think Doro is the name for polishing a turd. It's the official actual word for it. So I guess this is Project Doro, something like that. Okay. So wow, we've been going for an hour now. We need this disk, which now has damn small Linux on it. Only like, what was it, a 32 megabyte operating system?
I think so, yeah.
And I want to wait for Sam to come back down, because this is, one of those moments. So, small intermissions, yada yada. But don't throw hard candy at me. What are you, an old angry grandpa?
Eat it. It's good for you.
It's good for you is Biscoff spread. It's not good for your health. It's good for your soul. We apologize for the short intermission. We're just waiting for one of our friends to get back down here so that we can pop the CD in and start doing what we need to do. Well, actually, honestly, why don't we just get the CD in right now and kind of work with that. Play some Doom on it. You know what? I'll tell you what, buddy. If we can get this stupid thing running, we will try to play Doom on it. Because I know that's a thing, Alright. Oh my god, this power supply needs to be cleaned. Okay. Project Doro is plugged in once again. Packard Bell. Ho-ho. But that's not what we're focusing on right now. More or less, we're focusing on the CD drive. Haha, it pops out. The CD in it. Let's see if it even reads. Okay. For those of you just joining us, this computer contains parts that are up to 27 years old. At least the motherboard in this case is. It's running single data rate RAM, no dual channel anythings. All IDE hardware. We got a floppy drive. It's a Pentium 2 processor. AGP graphics card, yada yada. And there's no real good reason for doing all this. It's just because why not? So our main thing we want to focus on right now is the screen. So we're going to zoom in a little bit on the screen instead of the build. Let's see. Check date and time password. Check some bad password. Clear default configuration. F2 to run setup. We are in the BIOS. Boot. Quick boot enabled. First boot device. Oh, I can move them down. Okay, that's what I want. First boot device to be CD drive. Then the next hard drive. And F10 to keep that. Rebooting. Let's see if it goes for the CD drive, because that's what we really need. So if it doesn't, we have a problem. Keyboard detected error. Check time and date settings. Incorrect. Drive A type. Run setup. Okay, so drive A is the floppy drive. We are just going to disconnect the floppy drive for now. So that we get that. Check time and date. Okay. Let's go back into the setup. System time. The date didn't get saved. Oh, you know what? The BIOS battery might be dead. So it's not going to save the information. We're just going to have to try and see what happens. Okay, what's the date and numbers?
The date and numbers is 7/9/2017.
Oops. 7/09/2017. And we'll just try to F10. Save values. See if maybe as long as we don't remove the power source. Oop, I hear the CD drive spinning up. Wonder if it's actually going to go towards it. No. Keyboard detected. Error. Incorrect. Type A drive onto the. Press escape to resume. Let's just see if we can continue from this point. It says it's locked. There's a screen of a lock on it, and we got the classic dot or a little underscore running. Operating system not found. Duh. That's what we're trying to install. Okay, so I don't know what that system A is trying to tell us here. Let's try and remove the A drive cable from everything completely. Turning everything off. Coming back out. Alright, so we're gonna remove. Oh, crud. I just undid. Well, you know what? We haven't been using the power switch, the I/O panel stuff anyway to turn this thing on. Okay. Let's get a better, wider angle of everything going on. Whoa, battery. Power at 15%. But we've been having the battery going this whole time.
Maybe that thing's going on dead?
No, it's fully charged. Let's make sure.
With the cable?
It says it's charging. So we're trying to use damn small Linux on this thing because its system requirements are very, very low. So, okay, we tried removing that. Let's plug this ancient thing back in for a minute. Gonna take one thing at a time here. See if it gets rid of that one error. I think we need a quick charger. You wanna grab my wall charger from my room and
And your cable?
yeah.
Cool. $71.
Still some errors. Okay. Enter set of view. 02B0 diskette drive A error. Well, that's the funny thing. I'm so used to working on sort of old computers, maybe 6 to 10 years, not 20 freaking something years. So, floppy drives aren't really a thing anymore. We're not going to use Windows because Windows 98 is not supported anymore, and damn small Linux is free and legal. So we're trying to make sure everything is totally legit here. If you want to plug that up over there.
Nope, not at all.
Absolutely you do.
No, it's not at all.
I gotta change power sources for this camera really quick. There we go. Careful, it's attached to... Alright, should not run out of power now.
I think it's off.
That the thing doesn't work anymore to do that. You have to charge it to see what level it's at.
Oh.
Alright, so back to that diskette error. Which means we gotta focus more on what's going on here. And truth be told, I want to scoot some of these things we got laying around out of the way so I can bring my old dilapidated tilted chair to sit on. Okay. Now it said we could view the error somewhere in the BIOS. And well, truth be told, there's probably a BIOS update, but I dare not update anything on this BIOS. Simply because I don't trust any of this hardware.
No?
System items on this menu, incorrect values may cause the system not to have a function. Plug and play OS. Maybe. Reset configuration, unlock peripheral, floppy options. Floppy disk controller, disabled. Okay, DMI event log. View DMI event log. Pre-boot error, floppy drive error, floppy drive 0 error. Okay, well we disabled the floppy drive entirely. Let's go back to boot. The boot priority has the CD drive as first, third. I wonder if we could blank this out. No, you can't blank it out. So, okay. Let's bring boot time diagnostic screen back on because I want to know what's going on here. And then F10 to save. Let's see if that did anything. Alright, it's going through all the RAM to see what it's doing. Okay, I like being able to see. 300 megahertz, woo! On that Pentium 2. We are toasting hard. Keyboard detected. System configuration data upload. Once again, diskette drive A error. wonder what in the world that actually means. Drive A is reserved for the floppy disk. We have the floppy disk drive disabled, unplugged, and cables unplugged, and we also disabled the controller. I wish this doesn't come with an option to select boot device from this menu, which makes me sad. If I click escape to resume, operating system not found. It's got the little lock screen. Huh, every time I press a button, it says operating system not found. Okay, I know. Control-Alt-Delete. Remember when that used to restart your computer? Yeah, it used to. If you did it twice or several times in a row, it would restart the computer. Copyright 1996 to 1998. No. Phoenix BIOS release 6.0. Copyright 1985 to 1998. So this may actually have been a motherboard from 1990, like the BIOS was suggesting it was, but we have no way to really truly confirm that. Okay, let's go back into the BIOS. What is going on, bro? L2 cache ECC support. No, we don't have ECC. Advanced. Plug and play OS. Let's just say no for now. Reset configuration. Peripheral configuration. Serial port A. Configure serial port A. Setting this field to auto will enable this device, but the BIOS will not place in its resources unless plug and play OS is set to no. Address for serial port A. This might have something to do with it, but I'm gonna hit it on auto. Maybe we just need it on auto. IDE configuration, IDE controllers both. Primary IDE master. Well, actually, we don't have anything listed in the master or slave, which might be an error or a problem. The IDE configuration, but okay, the boot might not actually indicate anything, so maybe we aren't actually detecting the CD drive. Maybe. F10, save and exits. Trying to figure out anything to do with the drive A error. Trying to just disable to just get past that.
We do have multiple CD pulls, so.
Well, no, it's this error with drive A, which is generally the floppy drive or something like that, at least as far as Windows is concerned. But as far as the BIOS goes, I'm not entirely sure what it's referring to because hardware that we deal with isn't nearly this old, so I'm not familiar with every sort of protocol it's trying to deal with. No, diskette drive A error. Well, look, even if we're getting that error, the fact of the matter is it's not detecting the CD or DVD drive, which means one of two things. Well, first off, the hard drive is spinning, and we know the CD drive works. They both have power, which means there's something wrong. Maybe we went on the wrong IDE port. Maybe we have to use one or the other. Maybe the select for slave and master is wrong, and we need to reconfigure for slave and master, because you have to do that with tech this old. So first things first, let's turn this off. Let's give you guys back a wide view again. Okay, wide view again. So we keep getting the diskette drive A error, but that really shouldn't impede what we're doing. In the BIOS, we can set what device gets detected first if it's there, but as far as the BIOS is concerned, it's not detecting these two things right here. That's a problem because we have the CD drive with the OS and the hard drive that we're trying to boot from. Now, here's the thing. Being IDE, you have to properly set each of these devices to be either slave or master, and you have to put on the appropriate part of the cable, and yada, yada, yada. It's very, important you do it the right way specifically, and if you don't, you get errors or it doesn't get detected. So we are trying to figure out what the problem is. There are 2 IDE ports on this motherboard. So what we're going to do, switch to a different IDE port. I don't even think it's eIDE, it's just regular IDE. And see if that allows the 2 things to be detected in the BIOS, which also, since I unplugged the BIOS, means the BIOS has been reset because the battery right here that keeps the BIOS in check is inevitably bad. It needs to be replaced. Because, believe it or not, the BIOS requires requires electricity to keep its configuration. That's why we have this little lithium battery right here. Still got the diskette drive error. F2 to enter setup. Okay, go back to IDE configuration. Once again, primary IDE, master and slave. Oops. Master type auto. Mastered, we have that as the CD-ROM. Go back. Primary slave. CD-ROM. Auto. Ooh, you can get pretty specific with this, huh? Let's just see if this is enough. Hey, remember the date. Maybe we have to manually configure in the BIOS that the IDE's stuff is even there. Maybe it just doesn't auto-detect even. I hear the CD drive making noises, but that might just be it getting power. Keyboard detected, then we'll get that error with the floppy thingy. Well, the drive A diskette error in a minute. Escape to resume. Operating system not found. Interesting. Well, the reason it's not finding an operating system is because it's not finding the devices we have attached to the IDE cable. Without that, we can't install the operating system, and it doesn't give us an option to simply select anything, so something is askew, possibly with our pin configuration for the IDE cable itself. Well, let me go back into the BIOS for just a second. And while we're looking at the BIOS, let's take a better look at the way we have things configured here, just so I can confirm or deny if we goofed. Gotta love old tech. Never have to deal with this sort of thing with SATA.
It's so beeping at you.
I know it's beeping at me. F2 to enter setup. Advanced IDE controllers. Okay, so what I'm assuming is we goofed on something with the actual cable, the ribbon cable setup. we have to pull the power. There's no power off button in this situation. Ugh. All right. Let's let everything spin down here. I want to move the hard drive when it's still going. Take that off. Take that off. Okay, let me see what this unholy thing is saying. Master on, slave off. Cable select, limit 32 gigs. Oh, it's a master if the pin is on, it's a slave if the pin is off. Maybe that's why. Hold on. Maybe I was reading that wrong before. We're just going to take the jumper out. Okay. And then let's take a look at our beloved CD drive that has damn small Linux on it. And see. Master, slave, cable select. So master's all the way to the left. Okay, we have this as master. All right, let's try that again because believe it or not, it could be as that simple of an error that's preventing us from being able to see anything on the IDE port. If we have two devices set to master, that will definitely screw things up. Okay. Everything powered up, or connected, I should say. It's powered up. Okay. We got power. All right, Packard Bell. Let's wait for it to get its usual error. Well, actually, if the BIOS configuration survived and everything actually works, we might not have to worry about that. One thing at a time, we'll see what happens. Well, the CD drive just spun up. We got a lot more errors. Okay, check time and date, password checksum, yada, yada, yada. Okay, because we turned off the power for too long, the computer was confused. And our date is set back to 1990. Once again, Mike, what's the date and numbers?
7/9/17.
7/9/2017. Okay. Setup warning, IDE configuration. Hey, the IDE for the hard drive for the CD drive is detected. Yeah.
Hey, should we try to see if one of the other computers has a good BIOS battery?
It'd have to be the exact same battery, but it's worth getting in a minute. Okay, so let's see. First boot device. Down, and that's the way, I like it. Let's say. Okay, it detects the CD drive. According to the BIOS now. It did not detect the hard drive. Which means maybe the hard drive's bad, maybe the pin selection is bad, maybe it needs to be on cable select. I don't know in this case. I mean, these hard drives are a little newer than the rest of this entire build. Back when this builder was around, having a 1 gigabyte hard drive would have been insane. It definitely detects the CD drive. Oh! Oh! We got damn small Linux!
Do we?
Yeah! Yes! Oh my god. We actually have damn small Linux running. Holy cow. Okay, This is where Sam would come in handy. He's better with Linux than I am. Extend my DSL install to HD as Debian. Oh God, it's Debian. And it just decided to do something automatically. There's the little Linux penguin. Damn small Linux comes with absolutely no warranty. Scanning for USB devices. Accessing disk image. I mean, it's doing stuff, man. It's going pretty fast. Processor, auto configuring devices.
You want me to text him?
Yeah, tell him it's at the point where we're gonna need his help, because he's good with Linux. I'm very good with Windows. You know, that's what I was trained in, but he's just, you know, for his own reasons, he's good with Linux. Oh, 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 what is this? Yeah, we have an operating system! Ah! The turd lives! It lives! Oh my goodness.
He should be on his way shortly.
Okay, there's a lot of information. So I just remembered something.
Huh.
We don't have a mini DIN mouse. Oh, no! Yes, we do! I have one upstairs in my room.
Do you?
Yeah, right where all the networking hardware is, by the keyboard I have a keyboard and a mouse in there, in the networking hardware, in my room. Gonna have to get that, but wonder. Okay, hold on. We got some diagnostic information here. RAM usage, 25 megabytes out of 124. File system, some odd megabytes. Uptime, Linux, host, CPU, processor usage. You know what? We told the one guy in the stream we would try and run Doom on this computer, and I'm sure we can.
Can you run Doom on?
Damn small Linux. I mean, if it can run on a TI-89 titanium calculator, you would think you'd be able to run on this. Then again, that calculator might be more powerful.
Unfortunately, nowadays the calculators can be more powerful.
Yeah, I mean, if you count, you know, smartphones and stuff. Okay, so we are at that magical point where we figure out we don't have everything we need right now. We have the mouse, it's just upstairs, and thing about mini DIN, you have to restart the computer for it to take effect. It's not plug and play.
And Sam was down here, he knows how to use the keyboard keys.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. If Sam was down here, we need to get him down here.
I texted him.
What did he say?
He hasn't said anything yet.
Oh my goodness! I hope he's not having some sort of problemo.
It's K.
Well, Project Doro is quite well on its way to being an actual functioning computer. Dude, we resurrected 20-year-old hardware. I mean, just goes to show you how that stuff is back then was actually built to last.
Yeah?
This Pentium 2 still works. I mean, granted, most CPUs don't die, realistically. There's a very small number of them that do for weird reasons, but mainly people who overclock them and don't know what they're doing. But, dude, for real, it's legit running. I just wish I knew how to, like, exit this without... I mean, we wanted a GUI-based operating system. We got a GUI-based operating system. It's, you know, a matter of I mean, this is actually pretty amazing. For all the people out there, it's about time I show a little closer what's going on. So,
You said it's with your networking hardware? I'll go grab that.
yeah, that'd be nice. It's in the cabinet with the networking hardware. There should be a mini DIN keyboard, but there also should be a really cheap mini DIN mouse. It should be like a white mouse. So, yes. So, yes, people, the turd is running. My friend's going to grab a mouse for this thing really quick because we kind of need that, which we'll also have to restart the computer because mini DIN connections, also known as PS/2 connections, are not plug and play. But we're getting to that magical point where we might be able to play Doom, like a streamer on here was requesting. Like I said, it's gonna take some time. But whoopsies. Well, things fell.
You alright?
Yeah, cooler fell over. It's all good. Oh, there's a random stick in there. You know life is good when there's a random random stick. Couldn't find it? Shoot, maybe it's down here somewhere. I mean, here's the thing. It's a cheap white mouse. This is a plethora of technological diggity-doodads and what have you. We have a USB mouse, but I don't think that's going to work with Legacy.
It's too much.
Ah, good find. See, I knew we had this stuff around here somewhere. Like, why we have it, I don't know, but we have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the mini DIN mouse. If only mini DIN was plug and play. We'll
Some
move
of
this.
them work.
No, I don't think they ever were.
I had one that was.
Really?
Yeah, but that was back when I had XP.
It really shouldn't have worked like that then. I mean, for real, that should not be possible, but, you know, whatever. But, you know, yes, mini DIN, people are so quick to dismiss mini DIN nowadays, when realistically, it's got about a 5 millisecond response time, and it has a operating system interruption. So whatever you do on a mini DIN connection, it interrupts everything to make sure its information gets through. See, folks, we got the mouse, but no actual things are happening. This is why we have to. Oh, we got a hard reset. Okay, now our mouse should detect with the system. Wow, this is exciting. Still, it does not, the BIOS does not recognize that there is a hard drive.
Really?
Yeah, which could be because it's a massive hard drive compared to what would have been used. We may have to use the limit to 32 gig option on it for it to detect, but that would require 2 jumpers. We have extra jumpers, but
I do have.
escape to resume. Run embedded as a guest OS.
Well, we have an 80 gig right here.
An 80 gig. Ooh, hello, and it's Western Digital. It's a Western Digital Caviar.
That one's another one from my old, and this is all stock.
Yeah, oh, and hey, the pin selection is very easy. Slave, presence, master. Master with slave, presence. Sweet, this is very easy to understand, this one. So this might be the best option. So slave is second from the right, and this is set as something completely different.
I would leave that alone since it was set as the main hard drive.
Well, we gotta set this to slave if we wanted to detect. We'll swap out this hard drive in a minute. I just want to make sure the mouse works. And we will go from there. Because Linux is booting, Linux is booting. Hey, and the mouse works. Hey, there we go. What'd I tell ya? I know what I'm doing, sorta. I'm only quadruple certified. People get mad at me when I say that. It's like, you're not quadruple certified. Dude, I got an A+, Network Plus, Security Plus, and I'm a certified microcomputer servicing technician. And they're like, oh, well, that's not, quadruple certified means all in the same area of the thing. So, I'm like, it's all part of CIT, Computer Internetworking Technologies. So, suck it. I am quadruple certified. It all falls under CIT.
Yeah.
You know, they get mad at me because they're so quick to dismiss anything. And I'm like, look, I know CompTIA is not worth jack nowadays, but unless you live in India. Thank you for calling Dell Tech Support. What can I be doing for you today?
As you're working on Dell computer.
I mean, this is, I mean, who knows what this actually is? This is, no, you know what? This is a custom-built retro rig or something. Okay.
But it's mostly HP.
HP and Dell were, Hewlett-Packard and Dell were different. Why are you telling me it's a Dell? I mean, the screen is a Dell.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I meant. You're working with a Dell monitor.
Oh, well, you know what? That's different than working on a Dell PC. This right here, all this glorious PC master race goodness.
I think that's all HP.
No, it's not. These are from a bunch of different computers. There's at least 5 different computers worth of components mashed into this thing. So, I wonder, does it even say that CPU temperature? I don't think it does. I mean, realistically, we should probably replace the thermal compound on like everything when we get a chance. Yeah, you know what? We'll use Icy Diamond on a Pentium 2 and overclock it to 400 megahertz. Okay, so guys, oh my god, okay, this is, I don't know how to use this operating system. Oh, what did I just do?
I don't know.
Well, you're not even looking, so, but, okay. Guys, look, we got damn small Linux to work on this Frankenstein turd build. Now, we have to figure something out. Run command, find help, shell start up. Games. Oh, it comes with games.
Does it?
Oh, let's play solitaire. Oh, yeah, we are playing solitaire. The Ace of Penguins. By DJ something or other. Okay, I'll put a 5 on a 6 right there. Right, Queen on a King. 10. 10's not gonna help. Ace, another ace. Come on.
Well,
2.
the whole top part right there is meant for, and you can only go by. If I remember correctly, this only goes by.
I know how to play the game. It's been a while, but I do know how to play it. It's just I suck at it. I mean, I'm really bad at this game. I mean, we were playing Kings in the Corner the other day, and I was kicking your butt. Dude, Kings in the Corner is just solitaire with 4 slots. Let's face it. And I kicked your butt. You know it. I know it. I destroyed
it came to chance.
I destroyed you.
It's on chance.
Well, it just happened by chance that I destroyed you. Another king, 10. Oh, there we go. Black 10. I need a red 9. Another king. Yeah. Ooh, God, this monitor's hurting my eyes. Hey, red 8s. I need a black 7. I got another ace. Okay, well, I don't know how entertaining it is for people to see me play solitaire. Let's see. I wish Doom came installed in this. Okay. So okay, they got games. Let's see what games we got. We got Canfield, Free Cell, Golf, Mastermind, Minesweeper, hello, Pegged, Slide Puzzle, Solitaire, Tapey, Thorn Extras. I don't know what half these things are. Let's try. I don't. Okay, let's go with the classic. Let's go with Minesweeper. Oh God!
Sorry for the delay. Figure anything out?
Hey, there he is. We actually figured a lot out.
I see you got it running.
Yes, after a few trial and error things. So it turns out we didn't have the cables on the IDE stuff done correctly. The BIOS was not detecting it. The BIOS now does detect the CD drive, but not the hard drive.
We knew that was a potential issue given the
We're going to use this Western Digital 80 gig. This is set to slave, so this will be a direct swap.
Okay.
So I don't know anything about this operating system, so I'm going to...
It sucks.
It sucks. Well,
okay.
It's a GUI-based operating system. It's better than nothing.
It doesn't actually suck. What it is that it's because they limited themselves to such a small amount, they are very limited in what it can do. And it doesn't like to play well with certain things because of it. It's not exactly user-friendly, and if you don't know Linux well, then you can't fit all the things. So...
We're live, by the way.
I'm not on it, am I?
No. We are
audio
live streaming at the moment.
That's fine, I look like shit as long as I'm not on camera. I mean, I've been crying. I'm a few months. Don't need that shit.
No, we didn't want you to...
No, it does that automatically.
Okay. Press enter.
But he did agree to one person to play Doom on that computer.
Yes, I agreed. If we can, we would try and play Doom.
I mean, Doom is playable on pretty much everything.
I know. I mean, I was just saying, like, you can get it to play on a calculator. You could probably get it to play on this.
His thing, and yes, we have been getting comments.
Okay.
I don't really know the details of it, but...
Okay, so this Western Digital Caviar is already set to slave.
Caviars were everywhere at one point.
Dude, Western Digital is my favorite brand to go with hard drives, honestly.
Is in caviar fish?
Yes.
Fish eggs.
For whatever reason, they name a lot of their stuff after fish. Caviar, barracuda.
That is true. Barracuda is a fish.
I mean, a lot of...
You didn't think of that?
I knew it was, but I forgot.
You know.
Oh.
Move that over a little bit.
Okay, so it's not turning on automatically anymore.
Did you break it?
No, we need to press the button. It's the power button. There. We have the I/O panel from yet another computer to turn it on. Okay.
Whatever.
F2 to get into the BIOS.
Don't whip it. No, don't. Thank you.
Look
What
at
is
it.
this? I just put this in my mouth. I don't know what it is. What is it?
Butterscotch.
Got it.
He's an old man now. He's handing out butterscotch candy. Hey, it detected the hard drive. So the hard drive we were using before was either incorrectly pinned, too big, or bad.
Because hardware actually does recognize hardware issues, oddly enough.
Yeah, so if I go into boot, we can see first boot devices, the CD drive, then we got the hard drive. Booyah! We are finally cooking, ladies and gentlemen, with fire. All right. So, Sam, I want to install Damn Small Linux on the hard drive. We can mess with... Can we delete stuff on this?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, it's got Windows 9, Windows XP on it. If we can get it to run.
No.
I sincerely doubt it, but we can try.
We're going to... one thing at a time. Let's get Damn Small Linux to work. And let's install it onto the hard drive just so we can say...
But then we lose the potential to play with it.
For what?
What's the last
Then
time
we
you
lose
checked?
the potential.
Potential for what?
You said it was XP? Let it try and go to XP.
Dude, there's no option to... Well,
No,
in the
yes,
BIOS.
hit escape.
Well, if I hit escape, it's going to hit resume, and then it's going to go to the CD. If we're gonna do XP,
F3.
if
Boot options. Not the boot options I was looking for. Not bad.
no, this is-
Install is there though.
You do have you have a person on here. Booted.
yeah, that was a while ago.
I'm still not in it. Alan.
He might be.
No.
Don't do that. It's not funny.
It reaches. Okay. It's about this far out, and at that point, it's at the computer, so you should be fine.
I am surprised that this hardware all functions despite its age, but then again, I'm not, because things were actually built a little more rugged.
Not necessarily on purpose, though. That was the funny
No,
part.
well, the thing is, they kind of had to do it out of necessity because they couldn't afford RMAs. You know, people returning hardware, you know, that's cost and time, so they'd rather just build it right. Nowadays, some companies are so huge that they would just rather build it like crap and deal with RMAs once in a while. Okay, so we didn't get a chance to do an install. Can we install from here?
You know what? Well, I need to power down again.
Okay, exit option. Yeah, that's a regular PC. Is that an Ethernet card? Oh snap! We can throw Ethernet into this thing.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them, so no failed hardware here, I hope.
Okay, then we're gonna shut down because
They didn't realize I had Ethernet ready for this thing. 7 people.
holy crap, we may actually be able to connect this abomination to the internet. This is starting to get a little interesting, and quite frankly, this is one giant security loophole.
How's it a loophole?
For people to get in, I would assume.
You know.
We have 3 PCI-based network interface cards.
You're welcome.
This is a fast Ethernet.
And
This
and
is
quick note, here's a beautiful box. Here you go.
oh snap! The Radio Shack CD Ethernet
Drivers.
drivers.
For
Yeah.
that card.
Literally sitting right there. So fucking annoying.
Shut
Come on,
down.
Why are you like this?
I'm out of court.
Just remember, we have an audience. Keep it PG. At least PG-13.
No, this is why I don't know why you allow me to come. Do you want to check?
I was just looking.
This is one more.
And the CD has popped out. So what is this cable? Was this power to something?
Yes, that's power to the monitor.
We need to
No, we don't.
discombobulate this. Uncombobulate it, at least.
You've been screaming for 2 hours.
I guess we have. Time flies when you're fixing a turd.
Polishing.
Polishing a turd. Alright, you wanna... I guess I'll just take this Ethernet cord right here. Plug her up.
You need to plug in all
Plug
3.
it in, plug it in.
We're not gonna plug in all 3 Ethernet cords to get 300 megabits at most. This thing can't even handle it. I'm giving it all she's got, Captain! It's not enough!
It could handle 300 megahertz.
Okay, once again. So, the end goal is we need to install Linux on here at least and run Doom. Can we get a Doom-based Linux, or Linux-based Doom?
I would
Is that a
assume so.
thing? I would
I
think it's a
don't see
thing.
why. Yeah, like, why wouldn't that be?
Yeah. We're just adding to this. You know, the final piece of de resistance for this would be to put it in a case. But, you know, working as a test bench kind of situation here is funny in its own right. We keep getting this diskette error that no one cares about.
Should we unplug the floppy so we don't get it? Oh, that is the error. Never mind.
No, we unplugged the floppy. I turned off the floppy driver, all that, and it's still
Complaining, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so now it's not booting.
How long me? What you do?
I put the network card in. Maybe with the network card it doesn't want to boot into Linux.
Oh, for Linux, no. I took out the CD to see if it would boot into the.
Oh, dang it, Sam!
Surprise!
Man, you're making my life difficult here.
Rebooper.
Does Control Alt Delete still work for this?
Not yet. Does it?
Doesn't seem to be.
Yeah.
Hard reboots. Oh my god, all the hard reboots. I was wondering why it wasn't working.
Surprise!
You guys are going to give me an aneurysm.
No,
One of these days.
No, that's if my phone goes off.
Just don't speak, Mike. You're banned from talking.
Why, though?
You know why.
Just because my phone gets dirty, potentially?
Possibly.
Okay, original Doom can be played on it, apparently.
Can it really?
Because it was made in '93. This is
All right, quick. How do we
Windows
install?
software.
How do we install?
Boot
It only stays in this for a few seconds.
options. And then it
Brings us to this.
yes, it's installed,
So I type install.
I guess.
Install.
Otherwise, we can look up a YouTube tutorial.
Loading.
Live streaming a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah, wait, what? YouTubeception?
What? It doesn't give Linux as a platform. Windows,
According to what?
Android, unless it goes.
Android is Linux. If it goes on Android, it's on Linux.
Oh no, we've gone down to 299 megahertz instead of the 300 that's been advertised to us.
It's degrading.
Dear God. Okay, here we go. Install to hard drive.
We want that to be a yes.
2. DSL hard drive.
Enter the name.
Example.
We probably want 0 or 1, I would assume. I love how part of the screen's cut off. Can we fix that?
I don't know if we can.
So,
Guess not. Example HDA2. Enter the target partition. Well, we
Doom
don't
is downloading right now.
partition yada yada. Okay. US. It doesn't install like a normal Linux, huh?
I don't know. I've never actually installed it. I use it to find out if a computer works, and that's about it.
Well.
Another CD, please.
What's it? Another CD?
Tell you what, we'll just reboot and go with whatever it was going with before. I mean, the hard drive is detected, so we should be able to access it for installing something, I would imagine.
Yeah. If nothing else, we can poke around on it for a little bit. What dirty secrets do you have on your 80 gig?
Mm-hmm.
What dirty secrets do you have on your 80 gig?
All the inappropriateness.
I don't know.
Porn! Everywhere there's porn.
Why do you need this much porn?
I only deleted System 32. I needed more space.
Yeah, so we had to stop using your battery because it wasn't charging fast enough.
Fair enough.
Because,
I did notice that.
so yeah, we switched over to Quick Charge 3.
That's
Thank
fine.
goodness I have this charger.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good idea, but in this case, it just didn't work. Oh man, I wonder if any of the original people are still sticking with us. This is a long live stream. I mean, this is longer than with Linus and his WAN show, but at least his WAN show has
When
some
I
fun
last checked,
content.
there's only 2 people, and I'm pretty sure it was just me and Carl.
Quick resume. Well, the thing is, this will be accessible.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, regardless, it's a constant archive. And we should just let it.
Boot up the live CD. If your computer. Open up an X terminal window.
Scanning for all USB devices.
We should stick a drive in there just see if it works.
I mean, we could.
If only I had known we were going to do this, I still have a 16 megabyte flash drive.
Is it like a legacy?
Probably. It's made for a PS2.
Wait, what? Oh, for a PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
Thought you meant for a second mini didn't connect.
No.
Like, what? That doesn't. Wait, what? Are you trying to keylog me or something, bro?
Yes.
Oh my god, the people with keyloggers and their mini DIN connections. Oh, goodness gracious. Remember Von Eck freaking? I bet to some extent you could do some Von Eck freaking with this thing. Okay.
So it looks like installing this is fairly easy. So let's poke around for a second, see if there's anything fun, but otherwise whatever.
Okay, well, set up.
Does it automatically recognize the network card? Because that would be amazing.
You know, I don't know. I don't even. Well, I mean, I can try loading up Firefox.
And the reason people I say this is amazing is because there was no plug and play. Plug and play was not a thing.
Yeah, no kidding, especially with PCI. I mean, this motherboard has a Southbridge chipset. Think about that for a second. I don't even think modern computers have a Southbridge.
They do. Intel, actually. They fuse down to the die, and now the stuff's
yeah,
internal.
that's right. What generation did they do that with?
That I can tell you.
Well, it's got some...
It's loading. Yeah.
No, I think this is just a pre-configured page. We actually need to
No,
go
it's a .org. It's not go. It's World Wide Web.
Let's try something.
Go to Google, because that's what Google's for.
Google.
Who are you, my grandpa? Typing in www.
Hey, I don't know the extent of this thing's capabilities. Let's just go with I'm feeling lucky. Let's just type in LOL.
No. Not LOL. Put a period there.
LOL period.
No, just remove everything. Period.
38 special. I'm feeling lucky. The information's unencrypted. Dear God. All of it's unencrypted. Whatever shall I do? Transferring data from YouTube.com. Wait, what? Hold on. We don't have the hardware for this.
Maybe we do.
When did I'm feeling lucky bring me to YouTube?
Just let it load. Let it load at this point. Let's see what happens.
I can't be held responsible for whatever it might show.
In the meantime,
it's like an actual video it's going to.
the tutorial to install it
Okay.
straight from the website.
Okay, this requires plugins and stuff. I just don't think this thing can handle.
Just try it.
Dude,
Open a new tab.
the system is gonna The system can't handle this. It's crashing, dang it. It's
Is it?
crashing.
No, pull
Is
out
it
the side.
crashing?
You've got your system monitor over here.
The CPU's at 100% just trying to load the page. What have you done? Hold on, we're done. We can't deal with this. Close. I command thee to close.
It switched over to the size.
I mean, that's kind of nifty, but still. Yeah, so, like, we completely fudged everything trying to load a YouTube page. The Pentium 2 was not designed for this. Why did I click the I'm feeling... Oh, there we go. Confirm to close. Forgot. This isn't a dual core or anything. We're just... wait. What? Hold on. There. Okay. Sorry about the delay. We're still streaming.
He had an alarm and it took over his phone.
Struggles of technology.
Okay. Yeah, we're still streaming.
Who's it's me? Like
I
love your name. It's just like it's me.
don't know. Okay.
Hey, I'm Mario.
You should know it's them.
It's
Okay,
not me.
We're not
It's me.
trying the I'm feeling lucky thing anymore. We're just gonna type in Chuck Norris. If it loads anything for Chuck Norris, oh my god! I think we just froze everything again. Oh.
There's been a delay on the mouse the entire time you've been using that.
Holy cow! We actually have internet. We didn't install anything,
That's sweet.
dude. We got internet on a computer that's arguably 20 years old.
You can barely see anything on the computer.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd
You can use your fingers to...
Well, no, it's the lighting and stuff.
I believe in you. You know, it's definitely the lighting. It's just because the
Whoa.
thing's too... Oh,
Okay.
that's... No. Zoom out. Zoom out. Just a little bit.
Do you need me to...
No,
That's
like,
perfect.
Okay, so we
view,
actually...
view of preference.
Okay, we have internet, as you can see. We just searched Chuck Norris on this old computer.
Chris, I'm feeling lucky.
No.
Hey, no. Let's see what our speeds are.
Oh, speedtest.net.
Let's see if it even runs.
We should totally, like, 3D mark this thing, bro.
Yes.
Oh.
All the destruction.
Puppy Mark would be perfect for this. It's a light. I think it's called Puppy Mark. There's one that's built to be super tiny.
Requires Adobe Flash.
Install it.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, whatever. We accept the certificate, sure.
Hit me. Violence is my last option.
Our Flash-free version. Try the beta of the Flash-free version.
Yeah. What's the worst that can happen?
Everything explodes.
I mean, that's half the point of making this build.
You think it's not making it explode?
It would explode and hit McPartland first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, how close are we to getting Doom?
It's writing.
It's writing? Well, I just noticed something. If this is not installed with the hard drive, it's requiring the CD to look up all the data. So we're going to have to install the hard drive.
Does anyone know who this person is?
No.
It can be anyone.
I want to know.
Okay, I think this is too much for little Doro here to handle. We're at 100% load, just trying to load the speed
I love how
test.
the RAM is fine. The RAM's actually halfway decent.
Yeah, the RAM, well, we're using 83 megabytes of RAM, dude. That is so much RAM, bro.
Alright? We're over
I
one.
don't initiate violence. I retaliate.
Is he talking to himself?
I think he's talking to Andrew.
What do
But
they
he's not
say?
even commenting to it.
What's the newest comment?
Yep, waiting for Doom. Violence is my Oh, yeah, he's just waiting for Doom. We're working on it, man. We're working on it.
His first message was boop, 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 boop. I don't know, maybe he's somebody that's
I don't know. I mean, I've got over 10,000 subscribers. It could be anyone. But
Go ahead, call internet for right now. We know
Yeah.
we have it. Actually, no.
Ah.
Download it yourself.
I could. Well, maybe I could. I don't know if I can at this point. I think we'll have to just accept the
I
fact.
can give you the website for it.
I don't think this thing is capable of loading anything other than a text. We need, what's that Pix? That web browser that only loads text?
I don't know. You're the one who was told about it ages
Alright,
ago.
how do we install? You do the install. That one's on you, man.
Alright, wait then.
I'm moving my
Move,
fat
move,
butt.
move! You can talk to It's Me now.
Okay, so, I mean, hey, we got 5 people in the live stream.
Who's Cody?
It's a Cody.
Ah.
Cody showed me your channel.
Oh, okay.
Who's Cody?
One of our buddies. He's somebody I used to work with at Metro One. I trained him.
Is that supposed to mean something to me?
Oh.
It's supposed to mean everything to you. How could you dash him upon the rocks?
Are you next to Cody?
It doesn't say that.
Doesn't mean he can't respond.
Oh, you're asking him if he's
Yeah.
next to Cody. I was confused.
See where my battery's at. Yeah, I've actually got some charge.
Why are you not working? It says live, but it's not working. On my phone, it's not working. What's wrong with my phone?
Are you trying to use it on my Wi-Fi?
No, I'm not using Wi-Fi, I'm just using your.
Okay.
Oh.
Hasn't seen him in months.
I saw that.
It's alright.
Oh, what?
Hasn't seen Cody in months.
Neither have
Oh, Is he still alive?
Yeah, I think he just got a new job.
Oh, okay.
we. Yeah, he works, I think, at another.
Hi, Cody, by the way.
No speci-
No,
We don't talk about specifics on the internet here. We have a friend that works somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be really intelligent not to.
I mean, that's all I asked from Mike.
Is there a
Well,
delay on this? There's
Yeah.
a delay on it. Oh,
Yeah, that's how live works.
I was so confused.
It's like a 15-second. It's like a 15 or 20-second delay.
That makes more sense.
fail.
Did the burn fail?
No, it's still writing.
How big is the file?
Bigger than the OS.
Probably.
60 megabytes? 0.60 megabytes. And it's at 94.12%.
So, okay, how many of you guys are in the stream right now?
I'm not.
Me.
Would it,
You-
no, technically I'm
I've
not
been
on
on it.
Snapchat.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how many people we actually have streaming and how many of you guys are just looking at the stream that we are a part of. All right. Well, to reiterate for those of you who are just joining us,
I'm not watching it.
here's what's going down. We have this computer that's essentially made up of parts that are somewhere between 27 and 15 years old.
Where'd you get 27 from?
1990 from the BIOS. It's 27 years.
Yeah.
So the motherboard itself might be from 1990. Some of the parts are, from around then. It's a very old computer. We call when we bring these old computers back to life and make them work, polishing a turd. Because quite frankly, they're a piece of what. But it can be done.
Okay, so apparently this. No.
So we have parts from at least 6 different computers at this point, all jumbled together, cherry picking the ones that actually work in order to make this do what it's doing right now. The fact that we are running a GUI-based operating system is actually quite awesome. That being said, it's incredibly slow. We are trying to get Doom to run on this system, but there's a few things we have to figure out in order to do that, because right now we are running everything off the CD drive. We are trying to install the operating system to the hard drive right here. We at first, our hard drive, well, that one that we were using originally, wasn't being detected in the BIOS. This one is, so we're getting one step closer. And if you look at the live stream, we have been live streaming for over 2 hours and 15 minutes. So from start to where we are now, which literally the start is putting everything together, all the hardware, and there's a lot to do because we have to deal with jumper cable, or I'm sorry, jumpers and stuff like that. Now we don't have to deal with dip switches, but you know, it's still a bit of a pain in the butt because the hardware is so old. We have ISA slots on the board, for crying out loud. It's a Pentium 2 processor.
There's definitely Windows on it. I mounted the hard drive finally.
Okay.
But it's still having issues with it for some reason.
So mounted the hard drive. Does it need to be partitioned?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Is there enough room to make a partition? Can we format the hard drive?
I'm working on something here.
Okay. I'll let you do your wizardry in terms of Linux because I specialize in Windows.
I don't per se specialize in Linux, so if any of you guys know anything, that'd be great, but I use Linux a lot more than he does, so.
You can't see the computer.
Maybe there's a different version of Linux we should try. One that's a little more straightforward, but is there one that still is lightweight but more straightforward to install to the hard drive?
There's plenty of lightweight ones. No, go to it.
What's up, Christian?
Would you mind?
Hmm?
Oh my god. Go ahead and reboot.
Okay. You have backup checked. Got to do it again.
I don't know, the hard drive's spinning up like it's doing something now.
The CD drive is.
Yeah.
Remember, CD drives are actually kind of loud.
That's interesting. It didn't send a kill signal to anything. It sent the processes to the kill signal. Weird way of reading it.
How is Doom not done burning yet?
I don't know. It's stuck.
Bad eyesight.
Oh, Mick Portland, always making our lives difficult.
I had to go to a Duke. I went through SourceForge, so.
And that is a prime example of how computer illiterate he is.
Yeah. Why would... Oops.
And for anyone who feels bad for him for
Good luck with that, Christian.
That's just how we love him.
Do you know this Christian?
I have no idea who this person is, but...
Why? I'm so confused. Why would he think he's gonna find a girl on a computer building thing?
I mean, there's a girl here.
That's not the point, Sam. Garbage.
Hit me. His response.
You know, we're thinking the same thing.
He's like, haha, what the fuck?
This tripod was this little adapter for the tripod to hold the phone. Such a good purchase.
It sounds like the beginning of the song.
Hmm?
His comment sounds like the beginning of the song. Oh, really? I need to call my own.
You're looking for love in all the wrong places, buddy. You know, the sad thing is, on the archived version of this video, it's not going to show the text.
It's not.
It's not. So it looks like we're just talking to people who...
Is that why live streamers often quote the question they go after? Okay.
Well, she's a girl.
That's not a guarantee, buddy.
Hey! That's what?
I'm not saying. I'm saying he's. That's not what I meant.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
That's not what I meant.
I'm definitely a girl.
I'm saying you're not just because she's a girl doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get her. I'm just saying.
Okay. Thank you for rephrasing that.
Okay, yeah. Apparently, this dude is trying to find a girlfriend in this live stream chat about resurrecting dead, like, old hardware. You don't. I don't.
Any questions about computers? Can we talk about computers? Let's talk about computers.
This is getting ridiculous.
This
but
is weird.
I mean, I can kick and bam, but this is funny. I mean, this is just.
What's he saying?
I could have gone home. I could be in bed right now, tucked in and warm.
He just claimed his love for her. Easily one of the strangest live chats I've been in. Same here, Amy.
You know what?
Same here.
That's okay.
Sam,
That's what
where's your
makes this
charger?
fun. I think.
Oh man.
Is this charged, Sam?
What?
Is this charged?
Yeah.
Is it?
Oh.
How much power do you guys use?
This is.
That's
Let
the
me
question.
take you on a date, please, my love.
This is getting like oddly like date rapey chivalrous kind of situation.
So do we have to tell Papa about this?
I think we have to tell him.
We just got to show him the video. Just tell him somewhere in this 2.5 hour video is a section you need to see.
Is he asleep right now?
Are you? No, he's having a very serious conversation right now. I think, maybe. I don't know, might have ended already.
So Sam, how goes the
I have no idea. It's,
I think you need
See, the
to...
thing is that you could show him this, but he'll still be super confused because you're not reading the comments.
That's true. Well, you know what a lot of live streamers do? They have to show this. They show the comments on the side and as part of the recording of the video. But I can't do that through the app,
Why?
through the YouTube app.
No,
Oh,
Mike,
okay.
I have a dedicated job for you.
What is that?
Not transcription. That's the other way.
I have my charger.
Basically, read the damn text.
I mean, he read that last one.
No, that's just like read them so that everyone knows what's going on. Is that about to fall out?
It looks like it. You might want to push it in. Ow! Ow! I hurt myself.
Oh, I might have to hard reboot this thing anyway. This thing's like
Just what about the fallout?
The power. Yeah.
Oh, shakes. No, it's just naturally loose.
Oh, that sucks.
That's unfortunate.
the power. Gotcha.
Charge.
I've got the power for half an hour.
Just charge.
He doesn't like this.
Should we try a different version of Linux?
Yeah, Mike, if you would be so kind as to grab some random ass version.
No, Sam, you do it.
Hey!
Hey, no, You suck at this, Mike.
You know what I was gonna use?
What?
Ubuntu.
Mike, get out of my house.
Yeah,
Everyone knows you need Debian. I'm just kidding.
actually, that's what I use.
Debian is such a pain in my butt.
I say, well, after this, though, go ahead and leave that running, because I don't actually know if it's doing anything or just sitting there chilling.
Oh!
Green hair lady, I loves you.
That's not a lady! Oh, get in the camera. Hold on.
What?
Green hair lady, I love you. Hold on. Sit right here, Sam. Sit down. Sit down.
Please, I'm not going on that camera.
Okay, I want you all to look at this. This is not what you thought it was. This is my friend. This is my friend Sam. He is a male of the XY chromosome type. I'm sorry.
Say, did you just assume my gender?
You done goof. She is my beauty.
In all fairness, Facebook thinks I'm a chick too, so there's something to it.
I mean, I don't know what to say at this point. I mean,
I'm speechless. I feel a lot better though. I feel a lot less like.
I mean, there is an
It's good to
actual.
not be the only girl.
There is an actual. Yes, he does.
Wow.
Is it-
You have.
Yes,
He
he-
has a penis.
Yes, this is. I just said of the XY chromosome type, meaning yes, he's a male
Hey,
through and through. Dang, dreams crushed.
hey, look what I found.
And now you find my
Can you
tweezers.
throw me another candy? Thank you.
There is an actual female behind us, but
Damn it! No, it's too
He's
far.
like, damn, I loved you.
your love is only going to go so far. I don't know how to tell you. I don't want a butterscotch. You got the extra butterscotch?
It's right there.
Hey, Andrew.
No! Stop it!
Got all the butterscotch.
Is that a bag that you grabbed from Sam's house?
Yes.
Oh god, we're all going to be sick.
Oh my god, this is
Butterscotch root beer is really good. This is not a food fight.
Right? Like, why would you throw multiple of them at the same time?
Because
What makes
he
you
thinks
think
it's
that will
funny.
work?
It's you.
Without warning, though? Come on now.
Sam,
If you
need.
want to putz around on damn small Linux while I get something else, maybe.
I'm gonna boot my laptop up because I can't. We can't trust.
I hope you know, Sam, your butt looks very feminine on the
I'm
camera.
having Sam. I'm just.
Lady you once were. Read that out loud.
He
Read
said,
it out loud.
"Good night. I must go to sleep. I will dream of the lady you once were."
You go ahead and do that, man. You go ahead and keep dreaming those dreams. I mean, you might have better luck in. Shoot, what's that one country where they have the Asian lady boys?
What's that, China?
No, it's Taiwan. maybe? No. Right, not the Philippines. It's.
There's no 7 people watching.
I guess. Oh, Thailand. Thank you.
Thailand. Yeah, you might have better luck in Thailand, buddy.
I'm
He did
kind
say
of afraid that he knew
Did he?
that.
Yeah, that's where I got it from.
This is all the messed up. You know, how did this turn from resurrecting a computer to whatever this is now?
I don't know, but it's hilarious.
Sam, my laptop is over here as well. They can also burn the CDs, yada yada.
I used to be with Ryan. You do yourself. Go ahead.
Well, what do you want me to find,
Porn.
Mike? Just stop, Mike. We're done with you.
Actually, there is a version of Linux that's made like light. And it specifies to run on a Pentium 2.
Bam. There we go. As long as we can install it, then we can play Doom. Okay, so I need to find a Doom that is playable on Linux.
The Ubuntu.
Whoa!
A Ubuntu?
Oh, this guy.
What?
Oh. Apparently the person who knew that it was in Thailand loves ladyboys.
Well, I mean,
More power to you. No judging there. I'm asexual, so I don't really give a shit one way or the other. But yeah, Lubuntu.
I love Ubuntu. Ubuntu's awesome. I use that, you know, as a GUI over standard Linux. Anyway, it's very easy to use.
Well then, it looks like it's your time to shine.
Well, the nice thing about it is it looks and feels a lot like Windows, so that's why it's easy to use. Okay, so I need to find a version of Doom to run on Linux. Doom.
I usually precisely look for the OS just in case there's some minor difference.
Doom Legacy, I'm assuming you got that from SourceForge.
Mm-hmm.
File line.
Oh,
I don't want to play 2016.
Can someone ask if I'm okay? I'm like over here dying.
What's up?
Never mind.
Why are you dying?
Never mind. I mean, technically, we're all dying.
Exactly. The closer you are to max, the faster you're dying.
That's a good way to look at it.
You know, I was about to punch Sam until you made that comment.
Why are you being violent towards Sam?
Right. Like, this guy's gonna come after you.
Okay.
Christian.
Yeah, you can't be touching his lady friend.
Apparently, it's just all command based. Just like sudo apt-get install doom wedge shareware your doom. Then play games in your game menu. It's in the game. It's literally that easy.
Oh!
Yeah. I see that too.
What
Cool.
happened to my phone?
I love Linux in the sense that that's how easy it is to get software. Whereas with Windows, you'd have to go find the exe, download, install it, run in compatibility mode, hope for the best.
I'm gonna go ahead and abort this then.
Hey,
Is it normal for your phone just to like restart randomly?
No.
Awesome. Don't be throwing shit at me.
There's a
Mike!
these.
I swear to God.
you're gonna laugh at it though.
Don't throw it. You can walk it over to me.
But then you're over there though.
Stop being a lazy shit. I mean, a lazy person. No. See, now it's over there and I can't get it.
Jesus.
I mean, the whole family-friendly thing went out the window as soon as the guy started talking about like Thailand ladyboys.
I can't even read.
I don't know what to say to that, but
My ladyboys are entertaining to everybody.
Thank you. Now I have to get back to it because my phone turned off. That was weird.
yeah, I think he left.
He did.
I wish someone would post this video on like PC Master Race or something,
Go for it.
and just like get a bunch of people in the live stream because, I mean, Project Doro here is not going to end until we play Doom on
Did you
it.
explain that, by the way?
Yeah, apparently Doro is the word that is used to describe polishing an actual turd.
Hey, Mike, you do know that you're on camera, right?
Shorthand of it.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Please
That's why
fill
I'm
this
saying.
task.
I just want to stay back here because I don't want to be on camera, period.
Thank you.
Because you're all on camera except for that. Yeah, I widened the angle, so now we're all part of the live stream. I mean, we said we were going to do this live stream, and by
Hit me.
golly.
Did he leave? It kind of looks like it.
No, he definitely did. He went to bed. He told you. He said he was going to bed. He was going to dream about Sam and his non-lady parts.
But he messaged after that though. So
Well,
he could still be on.
just to straighten you out. It's Thailand.
What is the file that was downloaded?
I don't know. Is he from Thailand?
Maybe.
Speaks awful good English for, I mean, if someone's native to Thailand.
There are a lot of people from that side of the world that actually knows pretty good English.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah, to an extent.
I don't want to search the web for this.
What are you
I
looking for?
have a friend in the Philippines and
The
she's
burning program. I had to kill it manually in Task Manager.
I swear, there's one built into Windows. I don't know why we can't find it.
but
Let me look for it on my computer over here.
Actually, I found it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's got a wacky, like, technical name to it. That's why it doesn't show up nice.
What is it called?
Win32 Disk Imager.
God dang it. Leave it to the Windows team to name the built-in ISO burner.
Oh, no, never mind. Apparently it does images, not ISOs.
Well, there's one that's an ISO burner. I know it. There is.
Keep looking.
But there's a person I'm talking to him for a few years. They're from the Philippines, and they speak really good English. And they're actually they're working on trying to get a visa to come here to work here.
That's a lot.
Yeah. They're trying to go to
Ad
Colorado.
blocker detected.
How heinous of you.
Who likes that?
Where?
So, why do we have galvanized braided hanging wire?
I don't know, man.
Why do you not have whatever that is?
What?
Hanging wire.
Oh, I was gonna use that for something. What was I gonna use it for?
In Windows 7, it was very easy. You would literally just right-click on the image file and select Burn Image.
Yep, no more.
Seriously, this kind of thing stopped Windows 7?
It was in Windows 8.
Does Windows 10 have a built-in burner? Yes, it does. I copied. Let's check without any issues. Just right-click on the ISO and you will see that function. Some people say you can't find it. To copy your ISO file and paste it to your blank disk, it will burn the file to the DVD. Now, if you want to make a bootable disk, you need the Windows 7 Boot
What?
Creator tool.
Why'd you come over here? Why are you a creeper?
I was seeing if you're still in the video or not.
I'm not on Snapchat.
Apparently, some people have that option and some people don't. I don't know why.
That's awesome.
What?
There is still a built-in Windows ISO burner, but for some people, the option's not there.
They might have Windows 10
There's only Pro.
Creative.
The Creators Update is the newest version, but everyone can get that. It's free. And if I right-click on this, see, I can burn disk image. I got the option right here.
I don't have that option.
You don't have that option right there.
No.
I do.
But
Sam, give me a link. Somehow
yeah.
to the ISO.
Honestly, it's just the operator. It's just the home site. The LUBUNT.
Ubuntu. Ubuntu, lightweight, fast, easier.
Yeah, just make sure to get the 86 version.
Download 86. Download.
You can even do it as a torrent file.
Can you give me this? Yeah, CD.
Oh yeah, my friend.
Why is it my computer has the option? Your guys' this doesn't. That's so weird.
Hey, my computer's not here. I'd have all this shit.
All the effort we go through to make Doom run on an old computer.
How many fraps do you think we're gonna get?
Frames per second?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. We got a built-in graphic.
Hey, does
No, we got-
does our audience want to put in any bets on how many frames per second we're gonna get once we get Doom running?
The fact that it can just detect an old NIC and have it work is
Well, the
actually
NIC's relatively new.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, I literally have the
old
box.
one.
I literally have the box from it. I mean, at the end of the day, the NIC's a NIC. It's not that big of a deal.
Still.
I mean, You can look at these. These all came out different years, but the information's not the information, but the designs changed so little that they're basically all identical.
Show in folder. New bunch of burn disk image.
I'm confused about this comment. Sam.
Oh, the disk image is too large and will not apply to the recorded disk.
Sammy, explain this comment to me.
Dude, Ubuntu is bigger than
Explain
700
this
megabytes.
I know. What's she doing?
Forgot about that.
Sam.
Dude, we can't put Ubuntu on a
Yeah, I don't
CD.
understand it too.
It's over 700 megabytes.
I don't know.
I know, because we're down here.
It's 916.
I'm so confused.
Fortunately, not running. This is just the processes.
You did it accidentally, but
Yeah, we can't do Ubuntu.
fair enough.
It says it needs at least 1 gig of RAM. There's no, where would you get it? It says a Pentium 4 or newer.
Maybe it's an older version then. I went to whatever.
Then we still are stuck with damn small Linux.
For the moment. Oh, wow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I found Doom.
What?
What?
Yeah, I clicked on this and it's apparently a directory and database of all the crap that they had.
Well, download it, bro.
Working on it.
Hit download only. You didn't hit install selected. Oh my god. Are we actually going to get this to work?
Doom was a non-mouse game, correct?
I don't remember. Well, we might be just about to fulfill our audience request to make Doom, considering that's more important than
Yeah.
holy cow, there it is.
Give me that seat.
We're running Doom. Can you make it full screen?
I clicked full screen.
Try dragging.
Maybe that's full screen.
So much garbage here, I can't move anything.
I know. Okay. You know what? That's okay. That's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take we have here. I don't know why we can't get a full screen. But for those of you who want to see, we are in fact running Doom on the Doro. This old computer is running Doom on damn small Linux. We did it!
And the CPU usage is only at 35% for some reason.
Yeah, look at the CPU usage and RAM usage. Doro's doing good. Only 37% of the CPU is being used. RAM is at 23%.
Before I get any further, I'm going to try and make this full screen. Like, this gotta be something. Options. Screen size? Nope. Wait, mouse.
That's as big as it gets.
Oh, I can play fully in mouse mode. I literally don't even need a keyboard.
He's legit. It's legit. We did it! Yeah!
Now we just need a full screen.
One guy says try changing the resolution of the monitor
Okay.
and just go with that.
Yeah, that's fair. Go it. No! Yeah, it's taking my keys. Yeah, it's taking my mouse.
It's taking control of the mouse. Oh god. What have we done?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm so used to double clicking everything. I don't have to double click for this. I always forget that. Don't think that's what I'm after. Nope.
I don't see an option to change the resolution for some reason.
Not on that anyway. What's UCI, you think?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, try them all.
Well, look, regardless, despite the fact that it's not optimal,
Yet. Oh, yeah, here we are.
There we go. Bring Doom back up. It's still kind of small.
It's a lot bigger than it was.
Yeah, just go ahead and play. New game.
Yep. Just because I haven't played this in way too long.
Like, he's legit using this old keyboard. We are using this old hardware. I don't know which viewer requested we play Doom on this computer, but we stuck to our promises.
Oh, wow. There's a map.
I never knew there was a map.
Neither did I. Is jumping an option?
You were the one who requested that we play Doom on the computer? From like an hour ago?
Alright. Hey, since you requested it, do you know if there's a way to jump?
I don't think there is. I think there's just stairs.
Oh.
Come on, Sam, shoot him.
You try
Shoot
aiming
him
with
harder.
keys. I killed him. What more do you want?
Well, as far as this live stream goes, people, I want to just recap what we've done. So, Sam, you just sit there and be a lady boy, as the one guy in the stream was asking. Okay.
I'm the lava, acid stuff. And there's someone above me. How did I look up? I feel like there's a way. I look at that.
Okay, this is what happens. We have a 27-ish-year-old motherboard. That's from one computer, a graphics card from another computer, a network interface card from another computer, a CPU from another computer, RAM from the same computer, I think. We have the CD drive. RAM's from a different computer. CD drive from a different computer. Hard drive from a different computer. All technology that is freaking ancient.
Okay, take a look. There should be copyright dates and stuff.
Well, I don't know where to look at the moment. But look, the point is, all of this hardware is really, really old, and we just slapped it together out of some random computers. And look, we have got a lot of random computer stuff. Okay, this is stuff you can literally go to Goodwill, or well, I mean, if you donate a computer to Goodwill, they take it to a special service. But once in a while, you can find parts that are just jumbled around, and believe it or not, a lot of them still work.
That was a very short level.
Because, dude, look at all this finagling. Not even inside of a case. I mean, it doesn't need to be in a case, but the point is, we did it. We got it to run a GUI-based operating system, being damn small Linux, which is free and legal to download. And we played Doom on it with old-ass everythings. So, that's...
I've got one last challenge I'm going to look into before we sign off, or whatever we're doing.
Quick, we're almost at 3 hours. We're going to end just before the 3-hour mark at 2 hours and 51 minutes.
Testing. Mach 64, maybe?
My friend wants to do one more thing.
Give me descriptions. One of these has to be a testing thingy. Where is it?
So
Yeah.
They say we need to play putt-putt next. Do you want to download and install?
Damn it.
Gotta hurry up, man.
Where was it?
Test.
Testing. Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing at this point.
I wish to run a benchmark. Any benchmark.
Should be in like your apps, kind of like your apps tray, I guess.
Yeah.
Tools, maybe.
Here's a bunch of useful stuff.
This phone gets heavy after a little bit.
You're weak. Weak man. Open office. Nope, that's not what happened.
What kind of benchmark are you trying to do? Networking benchmark?
No.
Just a benchmark of any sort?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's still a tall order. I mean, we did just play Doom.
Yeah, and we didn't even break 50%.
Yeah.
Frost wires on here.
Oh my god. Frostwire. Yeah. Let's just, get in trouble.
Hey, it's perfectly legal. This is fun.
Man, I cannot believe. If only we had something to put in the ISA slot, this would feel more complete.
Hey, does anyone have some speakers? We can get some audio, see if that works.
I don't think we have any speakers laying around. I'm going to put this back on its tripod so my arm doesn't fall off. So glad I got this tripod adapter. Well, from a potentially dangerous power supply to 27-year-old tech, we got it to play Doom.
That's I suppose, real quick.
Oh, we're going to see really quick if it can read flash drives.
It probably will just complain about this one, but let's see.
Because it is just running legacy USB, which is like USB 1. Nothing pops up. I wonder how many megabytes of VRAM is on that GPU. Oh, we're running a RAM disk.
No, it's something else.
Oh, I thought maybe that's how this operating system was running for a second, because we didn't install it to the hard drive. You gotta manually mount everything.
Might actually. I don't think this was on here. I don't know what this is.
Well, I think for now we should probably end the live stream, huh?
I suppose.
So why don't we flip the camera around? We'll say our farewells. All right, everyone. I'm Andrew Esquivel. This is my good friend Sam, and my other friend Mike, who was.
And it's me. Thank you for your assistance. I mean, cardboard box. No, actually, what the next plan is.
I give him a sneak peek.
This.
Yeah, because that's the ultimate LAN party case right there, man. This is PC Master Race at its somethingest.
We gotta keep our computers cool while we're
Exactly. We'll just fill it with Techni Ice, just like polymer-based coolant stuff. It'll be great.
Actually, I figured I'm getting some dry ice from GFS.
Yes. Well, our hope is to somehow affix this into a case.
And it's me has corrected you, ladyboy.
Okay, me and Ladyboy over here. We're going to try and put it inside of a case, some old, one of our jambly cases. I don't know where my friend Mike went. He went upstairs or something. But if we can, what are you doing?
Putting it inside a case.
This case is really sharp. Don't cut my head. We're gonna try and overclock it. I don't know if it's possible with this particular build, but we're going to see.
Once we figure out at least what we would need to do, we'll be back.
Yes. So, despite the fact that this live stream is now just about to hit 3 hours in length, we will be back with Doro, our turd that's been finely polished with new thermal compounds. We'll show all the new thermal compounding.
I'm not even sure we can, really.
We can. I know we can.
I mean, I don't know if we can pull it. I know we're supposed to be able to pull it out, but, I wasn't able to. I think it's jammed.
We'll figure something out. And then, once we get all that, it's the glorious overclocking thing that we got to try and do.
We need a minute and a half more of material.
A minute and a half more.
I got it.
I don't know what he's... Enjoy. I just have the best of friends, so. But just shy of 3 hours, we're ending it here, folks. Thanks for joining us on this little ridiculous journey. Hope you enjoyed it. There will be more to come. We'll see you then.
Hopefully the Time Man comes back.